Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Welcome to the 4 o'clock hour of our all day long fancy fun fold card hop. This was hosted by Tamika, who is Tamika Sending Smiles here on YouTube. I will have her information as well as the other Stampin' Up! Demonstrators that are part of this hop down in the description box. If you are just now joining us, welcome. If you've been with us since 9 o'clock this morning, welcome back. I hope you're having a great time. I hope you're making these cards along with us. All of my measurements are in the description box, so you can go ahead and make it right along with me. The first card, I did all of the cutting with you. This card I prepped beforehand, so you may want to go ahead and just follow the cutting guide and cut out your pieces. If you want to see a full list of the everyday items that I use from the annual catalog, the May 2023 through April 2024, please check out my first video, the 11 o'clock video, in which I did a little walkthrough of the catalog, and you can see everything there. For this project, I'm not going to show you the fun fold yet, but we are going to use the 6x6 Dashing Through the Snow paper pad. You can find that on the online exclusives, stampinup.com. Please select me as your demonstrator, or you can click on my link from my website, which is tiffanymcgill.stampinup.net. It is down in the description box. Dashing Through the Snow is a 6x6 paper pad. It has a lot of seams in the paper collection. So this one was a little intimidating because I didn't really know what to do. I don't really do seams. And so there's a lot of seams. Because you're supposed to do it with the stamp set has like a little horse and buggy carriage. So these are just some of the images. I chose this paper here to make this card. Here's the full image. I just kind of wanted to show you that, and then I also just wanted to show you how you can make a Christmas set, less Christmassy. I will also be using the Trucking Along bundle. It has a punch and a stamp set. Right now the punch is sold out, however you can still get the stamp set. It is very easy to cut the truck out, so you don't even need the punch. But we're going to be using this truck and sending you sunny thoughts. And I am going to use the punch just for those of you who do have the punch. So let's go ahead and prep our cards. Now we're going to make 2 cards at the same time. So you have the measurement recipe in the description box. Just double it if you want to do 2. But let me show you the card first, and then I'll tell you what we need. So it's a cute card, right? But wait. Ta-da! It was a lock and pop mechanism. How fun is that? It locks it down. So you could even do this for like a hidden message or a secret message birthday party, or something super fun. You slide it down and it doesn't come off. You can't, there's nothing you can do, right? Until you slide our secret mechanism off. How fun is that? And for this card, I added my greeting down here in the bottom just to kind of show you a little something different that you can do. On the card we're going to make with the pumpkin pie, it is going to have the sentiment on the square. Now, you can change the square size to fit whatever you want. The pumpkin pie card is going to be smaller than this Christmas card because the Christmas card I wanted to have more of the cabin, but I wanted to save paper on the pumpkin pie. So for each card you are going to need a half a sheet of cardstock, which is going to be 8.5 by 5.5. You are going to need, so that's my paper here. I'm going to cut that in half. Let's go ahead and cut that in half. on the long side. Okay, so there we got 2 card bases already. Okay, and then you're going to need your inside white panels. So you're going to need 2 pieces at the 4 by 5 1/4, or whatever size you want for your inside. That gives you a 1/4 inch border. Okay, and then you're going to need, for each card, you're going to need a 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 cardstock. Now I did use my scraps for these squares, okay? Because obviously one sheet is going to be your 2 bases, and then you're going to have to use your scraps, okay? Oh, I have an extra inside piece. That's good. Okay. Then you're going to need your 2 panels to go on either side of your mechanism. So it's going to be these 2 here. These are going to be 2 by 5 3/8. Again, the measurements are written down for you in the description box. I'm just showing you how I prepped for 2 cards. Okay, so you're going to need that for both. And then you're going to need the rest of, if you use 6 by 6 paper, you're going to have to use 2 sheets for 2 cards, and then you have like a little bit left over. So your images are going to be different, but it's fine. And then you're going to have this little piece left, which I'm just probably going to toss. Okay. And then you're going to need, for each card, 4 3 by 3 squares. 2 of them need to be scored at 1 1/2 down the middle. Again, in the description box, and I'll show you that in a second. This is our pop mechanism. Okay, and then you're going to need 2 sentiments and 2 trucks. I don't know where my other truck just went. And go ahead and decorate your trucks as you see fit. Okay, so my other truck was stuck to the back of my catalog. All right, so first what you want to do is go ahead and stamp out your truck, and you're going to decorate it how you want to. And I'm going to show you a little tip that I learned when I first started out stamping. I'm taking a scrap piece of paper, and I'm going to attach it to, with just some tape runner, to the back of my truck. Why am I doing that? So that way I don't get all of these extra pieces that I don't want, and that can, you know, waste some of the paper. So you're going to use this as like a little extra length, because, you know, you're trying to get it in with this little piece and you can't. So you're just going to use your arm to line it up. It's so much easier to do it this way than to try to use a small piece of paper. You're going to punch it out, and if there's any left on the back, you can just take it off. So that's my little tip for you. And that way we don't have to worry about any extra pieces or anything like that. Now obviously if you're going to use the pieces, you're going to make your piece big enough to fit above that. Okay, so your trucks are prepped. You should have all your pieces cut and ready to go. All right, so our first card, we're going to take our piece of paper that is 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. We're going to put the long side at the top of our paper trimmer, and we're going to score it at 2 1/8. Okay. Now this next part is very important. You want to take this out and rotate it so you're at the other side of the long end, and you want to do it at 2 1/8. Okay. The reason why we want to do that is so that way when we fold our paper, there is that little bit of a gap. That makes your mechanism pop and lock smoother. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and really varnish that, because you want that line flat and you want to make sure you have a gap. Okay. it doesn't matter how wide that gap is. Some of your paper, it's going to be bigger, some of it's going to be smaller. That's fine. You just need to have a gap. If you don't have a gap, just okay, so just cut a little sliver off one side if you don't have a gap. Okay, so let's go ahead and put our inside piece in using your adhesive of choice, tape runner, glue, whatever you want. It's just going to line that up in the center and pop it down. All right, here we go. Okay, we're going to go ahead and glue our panels on. Again, you guys have the measurements in the description box. So it looks like I cut one of my panels. I didn't cut it all the way. So it should be 5 3/8. Oh, I didn't cut it at all. That's why it was too long. So it just gives you that little bit of border on all 4 sides. There you go. And you can choose how big of a border you want. All right, so we're just gonna pick which 2 panels you want on what card. You're gonna line this up, the top and bottom, and and glued our panels. Now you do kind of want to line these up. As you can see, I didn't line the top one up in the center. So I want to line my panels up so at least my panels match. Okay. There we go. Now let's make our pop and lock mechanism. So just set that to the side. You're going to take your 4 pieces of basic white squares. These are 3 by 3, and on 2 of them you're going to score it right down the middle at 1.5, or just fold it over with your bone folder. Make sure you really varnish that. Now, the easiest way to remember how to do the mechanism is to take your papers and put them spine to spine. Okay, the 2 you folded over. So you should have a Pac-Man mouth to the right and a Pac-Man mouth to the left. Spine to spine. That's how they need to go on your other 2 pieces. You're gonna sandwich them. So that's just how I remember to do it. And so you're just gonna go ahead and put glue or tape. I would suggest like your strong tape, your tear tape to do this, or the glue. Tape runner is just not going to hold it, I don't think. And again, we're just going to glue here. Making sure you get your corners, and you're going to make sure it is spine to spine. Okay. There you go. So you have something that looks like this, like a little book. Now you're going to take your other square and you're going to sandwich it in there. So I put the glue on my little wings. You can put the glue wherever you want. I just was worried I was going to get glue on the spines, like in the middle here, and it wasn't going to work. I don't know if that's true or not, but I just kind of feel like too much glue is not going to help it out. All right, so just sandwich it. Make sure everything is flat, that glue is in there, and make sure you can open your sandwich. You haven't accidentally glued it shut. Okay, so it should look like this. That's it. That's your whole locking mechanism. It's going to go in your card like so. You're going to put your left panel in the left side, and then you're going to put your right panel in the right side. That's it. Your locking mechanism is there. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and decorate it. So I have my 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 square here. This is my 3 by 3. Again, you can make these squares as big or as small as you want. If you want them smaller than this, you need to adjust your squares on your locking mechanism. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and center this. And I'm going to attach it to my locking mechanism. So I found it easier to make my layering square bigger than my locking mechanism. That way I wasn't trying to make it perfectly line up. So that's just a thought. Oh, that is beautiful. Okay. So there's that. Making sure that glue is adhering, making sure we didn't glue our mechanism down. It can still move up and down. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and take our truck, and I'm gonna pop mine up with some, foam tape, dimensionals, and scissors. And as you can see on the back here, I missed stamps, so I just flipped the cardstock over and re-stamped. Okay. So, there we go. And now I haven't decided with my sentiment what I want to do with it yet. So let's figure that out right now. I have my 2 sentiments here. I'm gonna go ahead and I shouldn't have took the back off. Ooh, I almost cut the words off. I'm going to cut those out. Okay, this one's going to be a little bit bigger than the other one, which I don't want that much white showing. You can layer these with another piece of pumpkin pie, or if you have lemon lolly or any of the blues will look really good. But I think I just want mine to be white. I really like that, how that looks. And then I'm gonna have my little truck popped up down here. And you can just glue that down. You can pop it up, or you can be fancy. So if you're gonna hand this to somebody, I would do that little tiny curl in the middle, so it kind of pops up like that. But obviously if you're gonna mail it, it's just gonna flatten it out. So I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna pop it up with some dimensionals. I think that'll do it. And we're gonna add our gems. And then we're gonna do the other card super fast. The prep work is what takes the most time. But once you have everything prepped and ready to go, the assembly part doesn't take that much time at all. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that that's straight. Look at how beautiful that is. I love it. My truck is a little crooked because I just kind of threw it on there. There we go. Okay, so let's get our basic rhinestones. It would be really pretty if we had the red rhinestones or the pumpkin pie. If you have the blends markers, they are alcohol markers, and you can color your gems. So I don't have my blends with me, so I'm just gonna just do 3 little I don't like that one there. There we go. There we go. 3 little gems, just to give it some sparkly. You can add more if you want. You can add the gems to the tires as well, like we did the last card. Okay, so with all of our pieces already ready, cut out, let's see how fast we can do this card, okay? I said assembly is going to be super fast. So we're gonna score at 2 1/8, flip around, 2 1/8, fold in, varnish, and this is also me going slow. You know, just to, I don't want to go too fast and have a lot of loud noise. Making sure there's your gap, grabbing my panels and taping everything down. I think this is going to be my Christmas card. I'm going to use the various scenes or some different stamp sets. I can't wait for the Christmas catalog to come out, which if you are a demonstrator, you get a sneak peek and you get to pre-order. That's one of the demonstrator perks. So you get to order these things before anyone else. Alright, so if you want to join my team, please reach out and let me know. You do not have to sell anything. You could be your own customer. That's pretty much how I started. I just wanted the discount, to be honest. And all you have to do is spend $300 quarterly, so $100 a month, to keep your demonstratorship. Since I do everything virtually, I gave my business supplies, like the ordering sheets and stuff like that, to someone who does home parties and everything like that, because I didn't need them. But you get $150 worth of product, and I think the special is going to, for August, is going to be $99. Don't quote me on that because it hasn't come out yet, or I haven't seen it yet. It might have come out, I just haven't seen it. What it's going to be for the special to sign up under me. All right. There's that. And here we go. We are moving right along. Super fast. Okay. My mechanism, fold it in half, varnish. I did go ahead and score these. You can't really see the score line. I think it just makes it a little bit easier to fold, spine to spine. Glue. How about we tape this one so you can see the taping as well? You can decide. If you're making a bunch of these, you may want to go ahead and prep your work by using tape instead of glue. So that way, like on your lunch break or whatever, you can, you know, get these all ready to go. That's what I did when I had a conventional 9-to-5. I'm just using the edge of my ruler to tear my tape so it's clean on the edge. Okay, now it doesn't want to work. So like you could prep all of these, like your lunch break's 30 minutes, you can get all of your mechanisms done and then move on to the next thing to prep. Because assembly is fast. when you're not talking, it is super fast. All right, so make sure that I'm going to be spine to spine. One opening to the left, one opening to the right. And since, you know, this is not directional paper or anything like that, you know, you don't have to worry about which side you put the tape on. Just make sure you get it like this, one opening to the right, one opening to the left. And now we're going to go ahead and sandwich, which I'm going to use the tape. The scoring tool is a little bit easier to use than my ruler. Glue is a lot faster. And I probably don't need all of this tape, but I'm gonna go for it. Okay. You want to make sure you don't have any tape overhanging, and if you do, just flip it back on itself. Okay, and we're going to sandwich. This is the only thing with tape, you don't have any wiggle room. It's okay if it's off. Mine's a little bit off. You're not going to see it, so it doesn't matter. The most important part is that you can, you know, open your X. All right, and I'm going to put that in there and this side in here. Make sure it works. It does. I'm going to glue. Tape takes too long. Okay, and I'm going to place this here. As you can see, I'm not worried if it's centered on that mechanism. I just want to make sure it's centered on my card. It's probably not centered on the mechanism. It's not. Who cares? Not me. And then my truck and my sentiments are gonna go, I'm gonna glue these ones down. I just want to see how that looks. I was going to put this on the bottom, but I think I like it better on the top. Like so. And glue this down. Sometimes I get crazy with the dimension. This card, we're not going to have any dimension. You can add whatever you want. I'm going to add my gems. I'm going to do some different sizes here. Oops. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and put our mechanism back together. When I'm not on camera, my mechanisms went on. Okay, that one went on super quick. All right, there you go. So super fast. Once you get all your prep work done, you can change the look of the cards by adding things, taking something away, changing the position of your sentiment, use your scraps. So I hope you guys absolutely love this fun fold. I'm sorry I can't be live with you in the comments, but I am on vacation. And you guys stay tuned and hop to the next person at 5 o'clock. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.